Hello everyone, welcome back. Okay, so today I'm going to show you how I've been doing my makeup. It's actually pretty late in the day right now. Got a late start. Look, I made this headband. This is kind of a knockoff. This is a knockoff of the Bodhi headband that they have, but I found this fabric at Remainders, which is kind of like a thrift shop in Pasadena, but it's for art supplies, which is fantastic. I've been keeping this with my makeup stuff because then I can like pull my hair back when I'm doing my makeup. But look how cute it is. I made it myself, so I got the headbands like a 4-pack for $1 or something like that, and then I got the fabric itself for probably even less than $1, so it came out to $2 maybe. And the one from Bodhi is like hella expensive, probably $300. Anyway, before I get into that, I'm gonna spray this down with some Eden face mist. This is the Mami Wata Ultra Calming Rescue Mist. I washed my face and did everything a while ago, maybe like an hour ago. Not gonna do SPF today because it's pretty late in the day and I don't think I'm gonna need it today. Oh, okay. The next thing is, I love this so much. This is from Armani. It's the skin tint. So I've been a huge fan of the Luminous Silk foundation for a while. And I really like this as a high coverage, medium to high coverage foundation. I've used this at weddings. Like I've used it on my sister's wedding, my cousin's wedding, when I did their makeup. I've worn this to death. Really like it. And then, but I don't wear it every day. I only wear it on special occasions, events, DJ nights, etc. And so they came out with this. This is a skin tint and it's long wear and care. And essentially it's a much lighter coverage, up to medium coverage, I think. I would say just very, very light coverage. But the color that I have, or the shade that I have, is M2, which is more yellowy, olivey tone. So I'll do like a couple pumps of that. It's very, very, very liquidy, but I think it's the perfect texture for me. And I love the smell of it. It does have a fragrance to it, which I know it's not for everyone, but I really like it. And then I'm going to use this IT Cosmetics brush. It's the Heavenly Luxe Complexion Perfection brush. So on days where I'm not wearing SPF, like let's say I'm not going to be out in the sun during the daytime, I'll wear this. If I'm just out like pretty quickly, or if I decide to wear sunscreen underneath, then I'll wear this. But on days that I know I'm going to be in the sun, I know that I'm going to be out and about all day, then I'll wear, I just got this also, the IT Cosmetics CC cream. CC Nude Glow Color Correcting Medium Coverage Skin Tint. It's also a skin tint. It's a little, the shade that I have is light medium. It's a little bit pink on me. So it does take a little bit of blending and like bronzer and powder and just everything to balance out the color, you know? So it's not the perfect shade match for me, but I really like this because it does have SPF 40 and the texture is really nice as well. The original CC cream is like a little bit too thick for me. This is a much lighter weight. It's meant to be skincare above like coverage. So like hyaluronic acid, what else is there? Niacinamide, that kind of stuff. I know it's meant to be fall right now, and we did have a couple days of rain, but it's been hot lately. I'm gonna close this window, I'll be right back. I think it's supposed to be like 84 degrees today or something like that. Pretty hot. Anyway, and then if I need a little bit extra coverage, because this Armani skin tint is very light coverage, I'll use some of this NARS Custard Medium 1. And then I'll just put that where I need it. So I'll hit it under my eyes, though I don't know. Most of the time I like the under eye circles. Sometimes a little bit around my nose. Right here, I get like darker spots. Okay, my skin I don't mean to brag or anything, but I've been using the men's version of the Omnilux mask 5 days a week. I've been using it for about 3 weeks now. I've been using it for 3 weeks. Jason's also been using it, but he only uses it like maybe 2 days a week or something like that. But I gotta say, the first thing I noticed, no, I'm sorry, it's been 2 weeks, entering my 3rd week. What my sister actually noticed, because she's a year older and she just had a baby, and they say that when you have a baby and you're, I don't know if it's like an Asian thing, I'm not really sure, but you start getting age spots. And actually, just women entering their 40s who are Asian, they're like more likely to get age spots. And I noticed, I don't know if you can see this, but I started noticing like little freckles, little tiny freckles everywhere right here. And so anyway, my sister was the guinea pig. She tried it out first and her skin looks immaculate right now. And so I'm using it, but I got the men's version, which penetrates even deeper. Because she's like, you should just aim for the men's version. I've read all these articles, and then I looked on like Wirecutter. I looked on a bunch of other different review sites, and they're like, yeah, get the men's one. And so I did. So we've been using the Omnilux men's version. And though I don't notice the freckles fading as much, they're not blending into each other and like getting bigger, you know, which is a good thing. And the other thing is that I noticed my pores, because sometimes whenever I wear foundation, I have these like enlarged, it feels like they're enlarged pores right here. And they've seemed to come, like, gone, where are my words? They've seemed to have like kind of diminished a little bit, or they've gone down quite a bit. So yeah, I've actually even had to give away a lot of foundation because it will settle it within my pores. And now that I know that the pores are like getting smaller, maybe they're only visibly smaller, I don't know. But I noticed that my foundations don't settle into those like little tiny pinholes anymore. So that's the first thing I noticed after like the first week of using it. I love this brush. I know it has a cult following on YouTube and on TikTok and possibly Instagram as well. I think it's such a wonderful brush. This is one of my favorite things right now. This is the e.l.f. Sheer Tint Blush. Color is Cherry Cola. I think it's My Lips But Better type color. But I like to hit it on my lips. It's a lighter, it's kind of like the Benetint, but for me, of all the shades from e.l.f., like this berry one is a much more pigmented payoff. This one's just good for every day. And you can build on it too, so you can kind of see on my upper and lower lip the difference. It's meant to be a blush, so I'm gonna actually hit that on my cheeks. The thing is, you have to work one at a time because it does settle pretty quickly, and then I like to hit it right above my nose as well. There we go. And then the other side also. What is that? Oh, a little hair. And then blend it out quickly. Okay, and then I like to powder everything down just to kind of give it a quick set. So I'm using the Saie powder, the baked powder. It's called the Slip Tint in Translucent number 2. I believe there's like 4 translucent shades. But yeah, a lot of people have been comparing this to the Kosas one. I like this way better than the Kosas one, no offense. The Kosas like loose powder is fantastic, but for some reason their baked powder, it leaves this like gunky feeling on my skin. And I don't know if it's just me or maybe me at that time. Maybe if I try it again, it will be different. But this one I really like because it powders my face, like it makes it not as shiny, but it doesn't powder it. There's still some like luminosity, if you can see. So there's still dimension to it, so I don't have to like go back in and re-sculpt and all of that. Who am I kidding? I'm not even sculpting today, so I'm just doing powder. And then I like to do a little bit extra blush. So I was a Ride or Die Storm from Glossier, but my friend Diana Del Rio, who has maybe my complexion, maybe a little bit more tan, but she was like, I'm a Gale girl all the way. And I'm like, what? Gale is so, no offense, boring. But of all the colors, it is the only, to me, it is the only non-blush blush color, right? And that's her steez. That's like right up her alley. And so anyway, she's like one of my biggest, she's not an influencer, but she is an influencer to me, you know, like a real life friend who influences me. And so I went home, tried it out, and lo and behold, she was absolutely right. And so I've been using that. Like I'll use it on my own. I mean, on its own without the stain underneath sometimes, but I like it with the stain too. And I know that I have blush blindness. I know that I like to layer it on. I just really like blush. So yeah, I'm gonna layer that on. And I feel like this color is great, like a great neutral. It's neutral enough so that like if I wear a bolder lip or a bolder eye, it doesn't pop too much or anything. I love these. So Maddie gave me this one, the colorful one. She got it in PR, and then I saw it like clipped to her bag, and I'm like, oh my gosh, you got the color one, because I got the jelly one before that, and I really like it. You can see like I've used quite a bit of it. But this one is so sparkly and it reminds me of high school, and so she had it floating around her house and somewhere, so then she gave it to me. But anyway, I'm gonna put a little bit of this on. It's called Marshmallow, and it's so like sticky, but in a moisturizing way. Like you kind of need it to be sticky in order for it to stick and stay on, right? It reminds me of those like early 2000s, late 90s flat lays in magazines where people have their makeup bag and then they have it kind of explode out of the bag. All the makeup stuff explode out of the bag, and this is always, for whatever reason, in everyone's makeup bag, maybe because they're like sponsoring everyone. But I mean, it's one of those things where it's just like ultra nostalgic, and so that's why I have it here. Let's work on the eyebrows first. So Maddie showed me this. This is from e.l.f. She didn't show me, she posted a video, and it was in the video. I'm like, ooh, I do need a brow pencil, and so I got this. This is from e.l.f. This is the Ultra Precise Brow Pencil. It is excellent. I believe it's only $6 or something like that. The color I have is cool brown. I usually go for a cool brown or a taupe or gray. And then one thing that I always do is, instead of going right up to the mirror or like holding a mirror right here while I do my brows, one thing I learned from Rachel Nguyen when she used to make makeup videos, man, I miss her makeup videos, but she would step kind of further away from the mirror and then start drawing on her brows. Just little by little, but once you step away, you kind of have a better idea, rather than like, you know, 2016, 2015, when everyone was carving out their brows, which is also a really fun look, but that's not what I'm going for right now. I'm going for a softer situation. So just slightly dusting it, really. Damn, there are some parties going on right now. Some parties going on outside. I know there's gonna be a party tonight next door. It's just the day, you know? Very nice weather out. Okay, yeah, so then I kind of just draw it on as best as I can. I did a little bit too much right here, but it's okay. And then brush it out. And then I've been using a brow gel to set it from Benefit. I've been using the same one for friggin' ever. And the thing is, so I've been using this one right here, which is the Precisely My Brow Wax. And then I ran out, but I was like, oh, I have a backup. But it wasn't the backup. It wasn't the correct backup. It's just very similar packaging. This one's the 24-hour brow setter, which isn't the same thing at all. But you can imagine, like, come on, the packaging is so similar. You would think it's the same, right? So what I started doing once this dried out is I was taking the wand from this. I'm still doing this. Taking the wand from this, transferring it over here, mixing it so that it gets the pigment into the clear gel, because this one's clear, and then just digging it back and forth, and then combing it through. But sometimes it gets kind of gunky on the lawn, so I'll just use this little brush. So this brush is a silicone, almost like a mascara wand, whereas for the Precisely My Brow Wax, it's more of a bristly brush. So slight differences. Anyway, so I'll just like comb it through just to kind of set everything in. Ooh, and I always grab a little bit of hair on the side. Like my hair right here. And that's why I have to push my hair back. Okay, and then moving on to my eye makeup. I've been using this NARS this NARS High Pigment Longwear Eyeliner in the color Mambo. What? NARS is Shiseido Group. Shiseido, what? New York, London. Wow, I had no idea. Okay. Anyway, this is kind of like a brownish, brown tone color. And so what I've been doing is to quickly grab my smudge brush. I've been just kind of like messily putting it on my top line one at a time, okay? And then blending it out with the smudge brush. And then of course taking that, whatever's left on the smudge brush, and then just also bringing it around the rim. Where are my words today? I woke up a while ago, but I just ate and now I'm like super hyper. And also the baby in my belly is just moving around a lot, so I just feel really like, what's going on, you know? Anyway, so I like to smudge it out as best as I can. Sometimes I use my fingers too, but I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna spare you. So work on the other eye as well. And remember, blend it as soon as I can, because once it sets, it just sets, you know? Which isn't bad. That's what it's meant to do, but I gotta work quickly, one at a time. Use my finger if I have to. And then take the residual to kind of just run it through the bottom. I'll take a eyeshadow brush. And then just try to blend it out as best as I can. And then with a little bit of pigment, the one I'm using today, usually I like to do a little bit more warm tones than cool tones, but this one is the Couture Clutch from YSL. It's 720, and they're all like cool tone colors. Like I want to start using more cool tone colors because my hair is cool tone, so I think that would look better. Anyway, this is the palette, and really I could create this look with the palette, but I don't know, I've been really into eyeliners lately. They just seem so much easier lately. So I'm gonna take this like matte neutral right here and just kind of set and blend. Oh, maybe a little bit underneath too. It's funny because it looks like I'm adding like raccoons back into the bottom after I had just set it with like concealer and everything. So I don't know, it's really just I really enjoy doing makeup on myself every morning, and especially now, for whatever reason, it really like jumpstarts my day. Anyway, and then for the waterline, I'll either do black or brown, but I think today I'm gonna do brown. And this one is from YSL as well. Yeah, let's do brown today. And it's called the Lines Liberated Waterproof Pencil in number 2. Look how pretty this is. And it's also got this little brush on the side. So if I wanted to do a little quick wing, I could do that. But yeah, this is a brown, and it's got, I believe, a little bit of sparkle. No, not sparkle, but like a little bit of shimmer. Yeah, slightly shimmery. My friend, oh my gosh. Okay, my friend Natasha, who lives in Paris right now, she reached out and she was like, hey Christine, do you know of any eyeliners or eyeshadows that look like this? So if you can find an eyeliner that can go in your waterline that kind of looks metallic-y like this. I told her the Urban Decay 24-hour or 24/7 Glide On pencil, because they do have a range of colors and it does really last well in the waterline. But if you have another suggestion for something that would create that look, let me know and I'll send it her way, because I've asked like a couple of makeup artists and they're just like, well, just use a shadow and like a shadow brush. But I'm like, if you're not like a makeup wearer, then like what's the easiest way to go about doing it, right? Ideally, if I take a Q-tip and dry my waterline and then draw on it, it stays so much better, but I don't think I have to do that today. Okay, and then I'm gonna go ahead and curl my lashes. Oh, the other thing is that I get a lot of droopiness, like things will fall down. So I'm gonna go ahead and take the powder again, the Say powder, and then the powder brush, kind of just set right here so that nothing drags, you know? Next step, just curling my lashes. This is the Shu Uemura. Oh my gosh. So this eyelash curler itself, I've gotten like the rubber padding refilled so many times, but this actual eyelash curler I had ever since I was 16, because at the time when I was 16, they had a store opening in South Coast Plaza, and my sisters and I all went to the store opening, and they were giving away black Shu Uemura eyelash curlers, and so I got this one there, and since then I've kept it in my car as my backup eyelash curler because I have a silver one, and I think eventually I gave the silver one to another sister or something like that. I don't really remember, but I got another eyelash curler from MAC and I was using that for a while and it was working great, and then I think I dropped it or something like that, so it like got bent kind of out of line. In any case, I've had this actual eyelash curler. It's a black Shu Uemura eyelash curler since I was 16. I'm 37 now. You do the math. The mascara that I'm wearing today is the one from Prada. I really like this one. Like, at first, it was a little bit too wet for me, but the brush is so bizarre. Like, can you see that? The brush looks like this. It's only on one side. It's almost like a comb or a brush or something like that. And it's natural fibers. It's not synthetic. And I usually like the silicone-y synthetic fibers. But I don't know. There's something about this one. It works really well, and it gives just the right amount of payout, or gosh, what do you call it? Not payout, like the distribution? Payoff? I have no idea. It gets just the right amount of product to me. And I'm not like a mascara person. I don't really like layering up on mascara for volume. I just like it for length. So it works pretty well. You can kind of spot the difference. It's like I wouldn't say it's like 100% or 120% growth or whatever, but it's maybe like a 50%. It makes everything a little bit darker. It makes everything stand out, and I like that the formula is waxy enough to hold my curl after I've curled my lashes without drooping my lashes, you know, because some formulas are just so freaking wet, and as soon as I apply it, my lashes just fall. So this one's pretty good. And the other thing is that if I don't like dig this into the lash line too much, then it doesn't droop terribly. So I like this formula so far. It's called the Prada Scope Mascara, so it's made to look like a little telescope. Ooh, for fragrance, I've been really liking this one. It's just a body spray. It's from this brand called Cydia. It's called Braless. You would think that it would smell like, I don't know, I would think it would smell like a bra or something like that. But no, it's like more leathery, vanilla-y. All right, so top notes are black pepper, Spanish rosemary, coconut. Middle notes are violet, black tea, peony, cedar, and orris. I don't know what that is. And base notes are patchouli, papyrus, vanilla cream, musk, and leather. Okay, so every night, I told Jason this and he was like, what? You do this? But every night I put on a little fragrance, and it's just for myself because it's comforting to myself. I have a sleep fragrance, and it changes every so often, but most nights I put on something, right? I'm not one to like douse myself like I just do like a little like half squirt like on my chest so that I can smell it when I go to bed. And it makes me really happy. And sometimes like I won't do that and I'll just do like a hand cream that smells really good and it just puts me to sleep. I don't know, there's something about smells that just really put me to sleep, and I've done it for so long too, because my mom used to go out of town pretty often when I was a kid, and I would grab her perfume and grab a blast from her closet and spray her shirt and then just like smell it before going to bed, you know? So it's just a thing that I've always done. Anyway, so I do that every night, and I was telling Jason that last night he was so surprised. He's like, I guess he doesn't pay attention to it, but he does notice that I do smell good, but it's not in like an overwhelming way. So it's not something that's notable, you know? But to me, it makes all the difference because it's just enough for me to feel comfortable in a way, if that makes any sense. I love this brush. This is from Crown Affair. They came in their holiday kit, and ideally I wanted the bigger version, or the smallest version of the Mason Pearson brush, because I love my Mason Pearson brush. But then I saw this in a holiday gift set or something like that. And so I got myself the set, which came with a bunch of samples, and then what I really wanted was this, which they didn't sell separately at the time, but I think they do now. I'm not 100% sure, but it's a fantastic brush. It's got boar bristles and then also synthetic longer bristles, so very much like a Mason Pearson. And I just had this in my travel bag for a while, and then I haven't been traveling really, and I haven't been like spending nights outside of home, so I was going through my travel stuff and I'm like, wait a minute, I should enjoy this every day. I should just keep it with my makeup kit. And so I did, and I've been using it every day and I really like it. So yeah. Anyway, that's it. That's everything that I've been loving for fall lately. That's how I've been doing my eyes mostly. But yeah, this is everything so far. Thank you so much for watching this chatty video, and I will see you next week. Bye.